Delete every indicator on your chart except one. Most traders spend years searching for the Holy Grail, yet they keep losing money. Why? They lose because they don't understand volatility and how to manage risk around it. After more than 38 years of trading, if I could keep one indicator, it would be the average true range. In this video, I'll show you how to use it to place smarter stop losses, size your positions correctly, and stop getting taken out by market noise. The average true range is the most versatile indicator on the charts. Let me explain. Novice traders have a tendency to use obvious areas to place their stop losses. They make it very generic. A 20 pip stop, a 50 pip stop, above trendline resistance, or below previous support. This is why most beginner traders lose money for one simple reason. They do not know where to place their risk. Some use 10 pips on every trade. Others will use 100. Neither makes sense in the long run as they don't take into account market volatility. Today I will show you how to use the most useful indicator you can learn. It's called the average true range. Before we delve into this, we need to discuss the daily true range, as there can be some confusion. On a normal trading day, the calculation is easy. Let me show you. The euro against the US dollar has a high of 1.1590 and a low of 1.1503. The daily range is 87 pips. Simple, but this can differ. Because the FX market is traded 24 hours, apart from a period between the Friday close and the Sunday night open, we rarely see any gaps. A gap open is when an asset closes and then opens at a price some distance away from the previous close. It can happen often in stock indices. But what would the daily true range be if we have a gap open after the weekend? What would happen then to the calculation? Let's run through this with the S&P 500 as an example. Friday's closing price was 7,435. We have a gap open at 7,492. Monday's trading range is a high of 7,582 and a low of 7,482. What would be the true daily range? Many would say 100 points, as it traded between a high of 7,582 and a low of 7,482. But the real figure is 147 points. Because the market jumped 47 points before trading began, and Wilder wanted the ATR to reflect the real price movement. In Forex, the true range is usually just the day's high minus the day's low. However, the ATR calculation also accounts for price gaps, which is why it's called the true range rather than simply the daily range. There are three possible examples when calculating the true range. Number 1, today's high and today's low. Number 2, today's high and yesterday's close. And number 3, today's low and yesterday's close. Let's simplify what the average true range tells us. Known as the ATR, it shows how much the price typically moves over a given period of days. As an example, the daily ATR on the euro against the US dollar is 74 pips. That means that over a given period of days, the average daily range that this major asset has traded is 74 pips. You can adjust the days, but the default setting is 14. Unlike most technical indicators, the calculation is simple. Suppose the last 14 daily ranges are 70, 65, 82, 91, 60, 73, 78, 69, 75, 80, 72, 68, 74 and 83. This equates to 1040. We divide that number by 14. This equals 74.3 pips. So in this example, the average daily range over the last 14 days is just over 74 pips. The calculation is... But here's where most traders get the ATR completely wrong. They understand how it's calculated, but not how to use it. So why should you, the trader, care? Because traders make the mistake of using the same stop loss on every trade. They ignore market volatility and get stopped out by normal market movements. If the daily ATR is 74 and you place your stop loss of only 15 pips, you're not giving the trade room to breathe. The average true range is often used as an indicator, but it's not one itself. It doesn't necessarily predict anything, but extremes in the activity can indicate a change in an asset's movement. High ATRs can mean an asset is trending. A lower ATR could indicate consolidation in price. Whether the asset is trading up or down, the ATR is always positive. Let's talk about volatility, as it is a subject that is widely ignored. Market volatility is like driving a car. Meandering through a village at 30 miles an hour is low volatility. Driving on a motorway at 70 miles an hour is medium volatility. Getting your car onto a racetrack and giving it all it's got, reaching speeds of 120 miles an hour, that's high volatility. The faster you are traveling, the more room you're going to need to brake. Trading is similar. In a calm sidewards market, tighter stops are appropriate. In volatile, fast-moving markets, stops often need to be wider to avoid being hit by current price movements. This is exactly why many professional traders use the average true range. The idea is to let your stop reflect the current market volatility rather than an arbitrary number. Depending on how far the market has already moved during that session or day, you can use the ATR as a stop loss. Here is an example. The euro against the US dollar opens at 1.1390 and it posts a low of 1.1380. It moves higher to 1.1420 where you decide to sell. The ATR is 50 in this case. Using the average true range as a stop loss, you would place yours above 1.1430, 50 pips above the daily low. This takes into account the current average true range. Let's stick with the ATR of 74. Different styles of traders would use different ATR calculations. Intraday traders might use half the daily ATR of 37 pips. Swing traders might look at one ATR of 74 pips. Long-term position traders might look to 2 times ATR or 148 pips. But the stop loss placement is only half the equation. Most traders never realize the ATR can also tell them exactly how big their position should be. We've talked about using the ATR for stops, but does this indicator also help with position sizing? Let's say you are looking to risk $300 per trade. The current ATR is 74 pips. You decide to use one ATR as your stop loss. Your trade would be 0.4 standard lots. If the average true range was 50 pips, your lot size would increase to 0.6 standard lots. In simplistic terms, a large ATR means a small position size, while a small ATR requires a larger position size. The risk, it stays the same. Your position size changes. Trading needs to be systematic. Using the average true range for stop placement and position sizing puts you in that arena. The average true range is so versatile that it's often used in calculations for other various technical analysis systems, most notably Wilder's own Parabolic ZAR, which uses the ATR as the basis for its stop and reversal calculations. In conclusion, the ATR will not tell you where to enter a trade, but it can help you stay in a good trade for longer and avoid getting stopped out by market noise. Most indicators try to predict the market. The ATR helps you to survive it. That's why, if I should keep just one indicator on my charts, this will be it. If this has changed the way you think about stop loss and risk management, the next step is to learn where volatility meets structure. Watch our supply and demand guide next to discover where professionals actually look for high probability trade locations.